Hey folks, this is Gabe at Security Baron, and today we're going to be reviewing the eufy Lumos Smart Bulb. Here I am checking out the eufy Lumos Smart Bulb, white and color, and it's those 16 million colors that I'm eager to experience. And in today's review, I'm going to look at its design, feature set, installation experience, before finally checking out the functionality in the eufy Home mobile application to make sure you have all the information you need to know if this is the right smart bulb for you. Now, if you want to see lists of our favorite smart bulbs, Google Security Baron Best Smart Bulbs. If you have a question about today's review, leave us a comment and I'll get back to you. Let's kick off today's review of the eufy Lumos Smart Bulb, checking out its design. Now, right off the bat, you'll note it pretty much looks like your standard A19 light bulb. It is the same size. It'll fit into any E26 size lamp, so you're not really gonna have to change anything else about your interior decor. Now, one thing I do wanna note is that despite the fact that it looks the same, it actually feels quite different. It has a very solid base. It's pretty weighty. It definitely is heavier than what you'd be used to with the bulb, so keep that in mind as you first grab it. And you'll note that it does have the eufy Lumos Smart Color typeface here and a ridged piece right near where it shifts seamlessly into the actual bulb. Overall, I'm a fan, but I do want to note one pretty cool thing. It does only use 9 watts of energy. And why is that? Well, instead of it using incandescent light, it uses LED light, but it still gives off the brightness of a 60-watt bulb. So overall, I'm a fan of the design for the eufy Lumos Smart Bulb. Now that we've gone over the design for the eufy Lumos Smart Bulb, let's dive into that feature set. Now, it is the eufy Lumos white and color, and it's pretty impressive because this thing has all the kelvins you could want when it comes to white, and it's RGB when it comes to colors. So you're gonna be able to really look and change and make whatever you wanna see happen right here with the smart bulb. Now, that all happens remotely. You can control it with the mobile device that you have, be it Android or iPhone. And when it comes to setting up entire scenes, you can do so. If you have a 2001 Space Odyssey scene that you'd like to have built in, you can set it up, connecting various eufy Lumos smart bulbs around your home. If you have a reading nook that you like to have and you just want to have a reading scene, you can tap directly into it using your mobile device. Now, when it comes to setting up schedules, you can do so, but you can only set up to 10 schedules. They do limit you in that capacity. Beyond that, you can share with your friends and family access to the light bulb. So if you want other people to be able to change the lights to their needs, you can just give them access to the eufy Home mobile application and boom, they're in there. Now, the final thing that I'll say regarding the feature set for eufy Lumos has to do with its smart platform integrations. And it does integrate with both Amazon Alexa and Google Assistant. So you have voice control capacity right in your home. So overall, it's a pretty impressive feature set from eufy Lumos Smart Bulb. All right, hold on. Really hope you're enjoying today's review of the eufy Lumos Smart Bulb. If you want to be kept up to date on the newest in smart bulbs, smart plugs, and smart home security, subscribe to our channel. We're dropping new content weekly. Let's get back to the video. Now that we've gone over the feature set for the eufy Lumos Smart Bulb, let's talk about the installation experience, which is pretty straightforward. Now, you'll take your bulb, you'll go to your lamp, you're gonna make sure it's off, screw it in, which is not unlike any light bulb that you've ever screwed in before, and you're gonna download the eufy Home app. Now, one thing I'll note is that when you download the app and you're going to launch it, you're gonna make sure you're on your home's Wi-Fi. So you'll turn on your eufy Smart Bulb, make sure that it blinks 3 times, go into that app and hit Add Device. Now, the rest of the installation process, you'll be walked through right there in the mobile application. Overall, it does not take a lot of time at all, and it's a very easy, almost intuitive process. So let's go ahead and check out the functionality of the eufy Lumos Smart Bulb. And to do so, we're gonna look at its mobile application, eufy Home. Now, people tend to like the eufy Home mobile application. It gets a 3.5 in the Google Play Store and a 4.3 in the Apple App Store. So I'm really excited to go ahead and check it out. But before I do so, I'm gonna move to the couch so I'm a little bit more comfortable as I check it out on my iPhone X. Here I am checking out the Lumos smart bulb. Now this is the only light that is on in this room. And right now I have the white on at 100%. I can make it whiter white right here at 100%. You'll see you can have a lot of capabilities just inside of the white element of the app. So you see the various colors of white going around. These are all at 100%. I can go ahead and test out that percentage right here. Now I can take it down to 90%, 72%, 50%, 45%, 30%, all the way down to 1%. So this is the only light you're getting at 1%. Let's kick it back up to 100% because, you know, I want all of you to be able to see what's going on here. So now we're at 100%. Let's check out some of those colors. Now here we are with kind of a yellowish orange, and we're at 100%. I can go to the various different colors. I can go to green, blue, and even within these, I can change the depth of the color. So if you see here, I'm able to change it right in that color part of the app. I can go over more and make it a different color. I can go pink, I can go red or purple. I can even go yellow and green. So a lot of functionality right here in the app. Now there are other elements for color. You can do something called flow, which is just another way for you to change the various colors right there in the app. Or you can even have special scenes that they recommend for you, like fireplace. Look at that. Or what they call future fusion, kind of a bluish, or even party lights. So get a lot going on with these built-in scenes, and of course you can create your own scenes. So let's go ahead and check that out. To make a scene, you just go to colors, and on the right you'll see a little heart with a plus. You hit that heart with a plus, and you can make a new favorite. So let's call this, you know, whatever we'd like to, the red hood, for example. So now I hit save, and now we have another favorite. Now I can go to favorites, and you'll see here I already have one made, the Incredible Hulk at 67%, and that's a green light. So if I hit that, I can turn it to the Incredible Hulk, and it'll turn my light green. Now for schedule, I already have a couple set up. I have the away mode, which is 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And if you look, the away mode basically will have my Lumos color randomly turn on and off over this set time period. This is something you can do to have people know that, you know, or not know if you're home or not home. Then of course I just set a schedule so that 8 a.m. every morning it actually just turns off. So that is a pretty easy schedule. I can make a new one. Let's say every time when I get home around 6 p.m., I want to know what's going on. So I have on, and I can decide on the color. Let's say I want to come home to a green, let's say a blue home. Done. So now every day at 6 p.m., Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I've set a schedule for it to turn on. Pretty straightforward, pretty easy to use the eufy Lumos in terms of scheduling and setting up scenes. Another thing you can do with the eufy Lumos, other than go to your scenes like fireplace or party lights or cocktail bar, you can actually set it up so that it works with music. So if you tap here, it actually listen to the music that you're playing and change it with the beat. So if I go, it actually works directly with the music. So it listens using the microphone on your mobile device and will change the music with it. So that's a pretty cool element of the eufy Lumos smart bulb. So go back to white, color, check out those recommended, or even go to your own favorites. Overall, it's a pretty intuitive app to use, and you can add more devices here on this home page, and they give you some other elements for looking at your account in terms of notifications, making sure your time zone is right. I'm in the Eastern United States. I can have my notifications on and off. So overall, I'm a big fan of the mobile application, finding it pretty intuitive and consistent for my iPhone X. One of the great things about the eufy Lumos smart bulb is that you can connect it to Google Assistant and Amazon Alexa. So if you'll note, here I am, having linked it to my Google account, I can control it. So if I tap here on eufy Lumos Baron bulb, I can turn it on, and I can tap on off just to turn it off. Now the great thing is you have the same capacity with Amazon Alexa, and you can do that even with your voice. So we can link it to our Amazon Alexa account by searching skills, then discovering device, and then boom, we're ready to go. And I can control it like so. Alexa, turn eufy Lumos Baron bulb to green. And there you have it. Now I was able to give it a direct action, tell it exactly what color I wanted it to be, and I can go ahead and turn it off with that same voice control capability. Alexa, turn off eufy Lumos Baron bulb. Voila. All right, we've gone over many of the features of the eufy Lumos smart bulb, and you want to know, is it the right smart bulb for me? Well, I'll say the following. It comes in at $34.99, which is about in the middle of the general price range for smart bulbs of similar capacities. But one thing I do want to note is that this bulb is going to last you about 16 years, or so they claim, which is pretty impressive because it has that 9 watts of energy, still giving out that 60 watts of brightness. Now, one thing to note is that you get to integrate it with Google Assistant, Amazon Alexa, and you get that RGB colors, so you can just really mess around with the colors as you set up various scenes in your home. Overall, not a lot of negative things to say about the eufy Lumos smart bulb, and I think it could be a solid addition if you're looking to integrate a smart bulb in your home. So that concludes our review of the eufy Lumos smart bulb. If you appreciate today's video, give us a like and hit that subscribe button. As always, this is Gabe with Security Baron. Be secure.